This is an absolute pleasure to welcome to the show a man from a band who are responsible for the best song of 2023. It's Joe from Knuckle Puck. How are you doing?
Well, thank you so much. I'm doing well, man. How are you doing?
I am great. I'm so stoked to talk to you because yeah, The Tower was the best song of last year by far. Like it was just incredible.
Thank you so much. That's actually really cool to hear. I haven't gotten that much praise on a one-on-one, so thank you so
Oh,
much.
really? Because I actually hadn't really heard of you guys. I've seen the name Knuckle Puck around, but I never really actually checked you guys out. And then somebody sent me the tower, and as soon as that snare hits, I was like, I'm invested. And then
Hell
like
yeah.
just the lyrics in that song are so intense and just so amazingly well written. It's just a great song.
Well, thank you very much. Appreciate that a lot. That's
Yeah,
really cool to hear.
I think one of my favorite lines just of last year was "Learn to let go just to regrow." It's just perfect. It's just such a good line. And to end the chorus on that as well, I was like, yes, that is meaty.
Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, it's like a poignant cliffhanger.
Yeah. So we'll get into the tower a little bit later, but obviously this is the first time we've ever met. So I always like to kind of treat these a little bit like a first date, just because, just to try and get to know each other a little bit. So I was just kind of wondering, do you remember the first time you played the UK?
Yeah, I do. Of course.
When was that?
It was 2014 with Neck Deep. It was intercontinental championship tour.
Nice.
It was crazy. It was crazy to be over there. I think we played one show, one like off show. It was a headline show at the Fighting Cocks. Oh man, we played there probably like 4 or 5 times total, and it was just always like a rough, sweaty mess, man. Like every time we played there, I was like, all right, I know I'm not gonna have a shower for a few hours. And I just had like all this like everybody's sweat all over me.
It is a great place. So obviously then as next one is so the first album that you brought.
That I bought ever.
Yeah, ever, if you can remember.
Uh so like obviously when I was like really, really young, I would listen to like Hanson and
Nothing wrong with that.
Insane
Nothing wrong with that.
and all that stuff. But like the first actual like CD that I was like, Mom, can you buy me this? Was the Suicide Machines least least worst of the Suicide Machines. It was like their greatest hits, and they had a song on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and I was like calling the record stores, and I was like, "Hey, I'm looking for this song by this band," and they were like, "Yeah, we have this CD," and I was like, "Mom, you have to take me there," and like we got a Suicide Machines CD. It was like the first legitimate like out of my way. I want this CD.
Yeah. And also the Tony Hawk's Skater soundtrack is just that soundtrack introduced so many people to like alternative music. It's incredible.
Right? I know without it, I don't know if I would have fallen into doing what we do, honestly.
I mean, that's amazing. I think it was Tony's Pro Skater 2 that had Blood Brothers by Papa Roach. And that was one of the first, like when I heard that, I was like, what? This is incredible. Like playing the game, I was like, this is just everything.
Yeah, it's like a whole new world.
And so what was the first band that made you think, well, actually, I think I'll sort of answer this, but what was the first band that made you think, I want to do this full time? This is what I want to be my job?
Honestly, probably Blink. Probably Blink.
Nice.
Because I had, like I got into like AC/DC and like so like a lot of rock and like punk rock. And I don't know, I it always seemed so much larger than life. And Blink was the first band that I really got into that had the larger than life thing, but they also had like those guys could be my friends. Like that could be me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It was the first band that like actually made it seem possible for as massive as they are, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. What era of Blink did you start listening to them at then?
So I was probably I want to say it was like when Untitled came out.
Okay. That's yeah.
So I was pretty young then. I think I was in like fifth or sixth grade, something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I had heard like all the small things and stuff, but then I heard Down on because I didn't have cable, so my buddy had MTV, and there was like music videos playing, and it was Blink Down, and I was like, "What is this song?" And my cousin had worked at like a Best Buy kind of thing, and I was like, "Hey, do you have a discount? Like, can you get me some Blink CDs?" And so she got me Enema of the State and Take Off Your Pants and Jacket. And I listened to both of those CDs front to back, looking for Down. And obviously it's not on
No.
that record, but I fell in love with that band and just yeah, just all of the humor and as good as the songs were, as also juvenile as they were. I don't know, it just made it all seem possible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a big Blink fan. I mean, there we go. I
Hell
love
yeah,
Blink.
we match. We match.
Nice.
I
With
got one on my leg.
awesome. With Down, a really random thing. I randomly saw the video again. I hadn't seen it in years. Terry Crews is in it. He's one of the police officers.
Yeah, yeah.
I saw it the other day and I was like, what? That's Terry Crews. How does that happen?
It's it's so great. And Alyssa Milano, I believe, is in the Josie video.
Yeah, she is, I think. Yeah, no, Blink, top tier. Sorry, the song you are most proud of.
The KP song I'm most proud of.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. Um, I mean, there's a few that go at the top, but oh man. All right, I'm just gonna go with Plastic Brains.
nice. Good
It's
shout.
it it's the last song on our record called Shapeshifter, and just the feelings that I get when I think about us writing that album and that song and just what that song felt like at the time. Like that song felt like a song that we could never write, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when I heard it and when we put it all together, that song was just like, whoa, I didn't think we could ever write a song like this.
Surprise yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I was stumped.
And obviously, one of the things we're going to talk about in a minute is obviously there's a little bit of a tour coming up because then you're going to be supporting Neck Deep. So, what is your favorite track to play live? What is the one that gets the best reaction for you when you're on stage?
Oh man. You know, I've really been liking playing the first track off the new record, um, A New Beginning.
Yeah,
That song, because it feels like even if people don't know it, because we just did a tour right after we released the album. And so that's really the only time we played these new songs, or the only times we have. Um, and that song every time, even if people didn't know it, it just has like a good vibe, and I don't know, the energy is there. So even if you don't know it, you can get involved, and people seem to take advantage of that. And it's great. I love playing that song.
no, I mean it's a solid choice. I mean, yeah, and also because like I said, you are coming to play live, and originally it was you're coming to support Neck Deep at Alexandra Palace, which is just a ridiculous venue, amazing venue. I love the fact that Neck Deep were the first band you played with in the UK. That's like a lovely, like full circle sort of moment. And then you've lovingly tacked on some dates before that for some headline shows of your own, which is amazing. And I love that fact.
Absolutely.
So, what can we expect from these sort of live shows? Are we just going to get a lot of the new album in there?
Um, you know, we haven't. I mean, we went to the UK what, like a year ago, I think.
A couple of years ago,
I mean,
2022. Yeah.
okay, yeah. So, I mean, we don't get to go there that often. So, like for a US tour, we can throw some curveballs in. I think, yeah, I think when we come over there, it's going to be mostly like all the songs you want to hear, and then new songs that you hopefully want to hear. But we're not going to play like 10 new songs, and we're not going to just ignore all the new songs, you know. So we'll do a healthy mix of like, you know, the heaters and new stuff.
I mean,
And
that's
maybe we'll, if we're going to take some chances, we'll take some chances on new stuff. Like, you know, we'll maybe play a random song off the new album that we haven't played. So
nice.
we'll just have to see.
Yeah, because obviously, so you got, I think, closest to us in Southampton is Bristol, which is like the day before Ali Pali, and then also, yeah, have you played Alexandra Palace before with a support?
No,
Oh.
No, I can't wait.
It is a big old space. It's like I
I
think it's
know.
like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's 10,000 people, but there's no seating. It's all just on the floor. So it's
Really?
so it's
It's
just a
all standing?
yeah. So it's just a massive hall, and I think it's like 10,000 people.
Well, I saw some photos and it looked like there were chairs, like seating, like in the back. Is that correct or is that incorrect?
I mean, I've never been to a show where they've had seating at the back. It's just normally
Oh,
bar and then people, just as
oh,
I
wow.
can see.
Dang. Well, I can't wait to be there, man. It's going to be great.
What's the biggest show you've played to date? Well,
The
besides
biggest,
festivals.
besides festivals, um, that's actually a good question. I feel like I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
So
Pro,
potentially
pro,
potentially Ali
oh,
Pally Cool.
that is going to be the biggest show
It
in a
is.
venue for sure, for sure. Yeah, that'll be the biggest show we've ever played in a venue, aside from festival
Yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
Because
it's amazing.
we've had some pretty cool pulls at some fests, but yeah, never in a room that big.
Yeah. It's a great room and it
Yeah,
sounds amazing as well.
I can't wait, man.
Yeah. So that's coming up in March. We've got that's the tail end of March. We've got 4 dates across the UK. And then oh well, there's five if you include Neck Deep as well. But I think Neck Deep's sold out now. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So you can't really go to that if you're not already going. But there are still some tickets for the tour for your own headline show tour, isn't there, at the moment?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. So people need to go check you out. I've never seen you live, so I'm trying to work out a way of getting down to Bristol for the evening, because it's a few hours from here. But yeah, I'd love to see you guys live, because losing what we love, like I said, Tower best song of last year. Then losing what we love was also one of the best albums of last year. I think it was just phenomenal. You just had a great 20 to 23, in my opinion, at least.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but thank you very much for joining us on the show. But what else? So what can we expect from you? Also, we've got these 4 dates in the well, 5 dates in the UK, with Neck Deep, and then I'm assuming, like with most bands, we're getting close to festival season almost. Really, is this a case of just around the world, many different festivals that we can catch you, and then at some point you'll be like, maybe we should think about writing some more new music now because that's the way things are. It's been a year. Where's the next album?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been working on some jams. We got some riffs going.
Oh,
We're like
nice.
kicking some stuff around, seeing what's exciting and what sticks. Um, yeah, just doing that in between all the touring and stuff. And yeah, man, I can't wait to come back to the UK for real. Like the last time that we went after COVID was my favorite time we've ever gone. Just after the world closed down, I was able to appreciate it so much more.
Yeah.
And now us going back, I'm the most excited I've ever been to go to the UK at all ever. So I'm just so pumped, man.
I
For
mean,
real.
that's amazing to hear. Yeah, I mean, as soon as we started getting bands again live, it was amazing. Then when we started actually getting foreign bands again, it was like, oh, things are back to normal. Like that was like the final thing to be like, yes, because like you get like we had like the UK bands playing small shows, and you still had to be far apart. And then it was like American bands are coming back. Yes, we're back to normal. This is and yeah, I love that, and I love that you're excited to be back.
Dude, of course. Yeah, I can't wait. Excuse
Amazing.
me.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's been an absolute pleasure. And like I said, hopefully going to come down, see you guys in Bristol because Knuckle Puck, I don't know why it took me so long to get into you guys because you are incredible. And if someone hasn't heard Losing What We Love, go check it out now. And especially the Tower because you will instantly fall in love.
Yeah, go check it out. Thank you, Simon. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Joe. And we'll see you soon.
I'll see you soon, man. See you in
Cheers.
Bristol.
Bye.
Bye, man.